It's the smallest Acura available today. It always had a 4-cylinder engine, but this time around it gets 2 extra cylinders. It's up to a V6.
Our ride today, it's the 2010 Acura TSX. This time around rolled out with a V6 engine, debuted at the Chicago Auto Show. This car now has more power than the time before. It's got a bold new design and it's a fun and exciting drive. Surf any single auto reviewer on the web and they will tell you this is one of their favorite cars for 2010. So Nancy, we have the hood open of the 2010 Acura TSX. What am I looking at?
So what we're looking at here, Nick, is a 3.5-liter V6 engine, produces 280 horsepower and 254 pound-foot of torque.
Now, first year for a V6 in this particular vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, this TSX was redesigned in 2009, also comes available in a 4-cylinder, and surprisingly, this model is only 200 pounds heavier than the 4-cylinder, so it's still quick and sporty.
Now, excellent, bigger engine. What's the transmission like?
This one in particular is a 5-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters, but it does come available in a 6-speed manual transmission.
So Nancy, I noticed at the front of this vehicle it actually has a new design which is uniform with the rest of Acura's family, right?
Yeah, and although this grille isn't exactly the same as the TL and the new MDX, it still has that Acura signature look to it. We have a bolder front fascia, and we also have xenon headlights and fog lamps.
Now, let's talk about these wheels because they are large and powerful. It looks like a special tire here.
So what we have here is we have high-performance tires with an 18-inch polished alloy 5-spoke wheel.
That's really nice, and the whole look of the vehicle is actually a lot more sleeker this time around. It's got trim moldings on it. It's also got some body shape to it. Smaller windows, a much nicer, sportier look than last time around, and a few accessories too.
Definitely. What we have on this car right here is there's some body side molding so you don't get those door dings. And then if you move around to the back, the only badging that differentiates this from a 4-cylinder is a V6 badge on the trunk.
Now, we actually have 2 of these in our test fleet at the ride show right now. One in the studio, the other one, the nice red one, which we've been driving out on the street to actually feel what this car is like on the road. All right, now it's on the inside of the 2010 Acura TSX. Nerds Paradise. Lots of toys for boys to play with here, and girls, of course. Let's start with the steering wheel. Very well equipped.
It is, Nick. This car is so equipped with technology, the latest and greatest. On the steering wheel, you have driver controls for Bluetooth audio, voice commands for the navigation system, etc. Steering wheel controls for the audio system as well. Another couple of things about this car is you have a navigation system that's equipped with real-time weather and real-time traffic.
Now let's explain that because I absolutely love this feature. So when you're driving along, if there are traffic hold-ups wherever you're going, this system will actually warn you about those ahead of you on the road. And also bad weather systems coming in, and it does it over several days, doesn't it?
It does. So you can see the forecast for 1 day and up to 3 days out.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other things. Disc changer right here on the dash, which is great. You don't have to go in the trunk for it. HVAC controls, very easy to use, large buttons, and they're all singly labeled, so you can just press one button, you know what it does. It's not having to surf through lots of menu options as well. Now, the interior design as well, really nice.
It's all centered around the driver, so everything's very easily accessible. Another thing that I really like about this car, because we're in a technology society, is in the center console there you have a USB port, so you can plug in your iPod or any USB player that you'd like, even your phone.
This is really great. Leather-wrapped steering wheel, of course. Plenty of room in the back as well, and that new power plant. Here are some ways to buy the 2010 Acura TSX. Let's talk about miles per gallon. We're talking about 18 in the city and 27 on the highway. And for this class of car, that's absolutely outstanding. Let's talk about price of the vehicle. We're finding that pound for pound, dollar for dollar. I've said this many times about other vehicles, but it's absolutely rock solid true about this. You'll find against the competition, you're really getting a lot more. And the interior, one of my favorites for 2010, you'll find all the gadgets you need and all the extras you need for a price that you'd expect to pay. It's fair, it's even, it's fast, and a new V6 makes this one of the top choices for 2010.
The 2010 Acura TSX has a 3.5-litre V6 engine, 5-speed automatic gearbox with a base price of $37,950. In studio, our version was $41,228. In the city, you'll get 18 and 27 on the highway.